Oh Lord, we back. Another day of racing in the InterTier round three, Miami. 17 drivers. That is quite impressive. Maybe one day we'll have full 20, but 17 is nothing to complain about whatsoever. We've seen less before. InterTier this season has already been so exciting. With Lynx taking a win, and who even took the other win again? I believe it was Pesci. We've been to Australia and we've been to what's the other race we did in the InterTier? Let's just check. Let's remind ourselves. Oh yeah, Spa. Lynx won that one. And in Australia, didn't he win again, or did he have issues in Australia? Anyways, you're on three now. We should be going anytime soon. I don't know what else we'll be waiting for at this moment. What else or who else? Yeah, Pesci. Yeah, Pesci did get the win. I remember now. I'm marking P2. A race where Lynx got kicked out at the start, so unlucky for him. There we go. Drivers are readying up, so we should be going now. Baby. Let's go. Let's go. Free Gin Racing. Damn. I'm gonna start with quali first, obviously. Can't just rush to the race. Miami.
Has a capacity of up to 120,000 people. To accommodate fans, the track includes a 77-metre observation tower, a landscape grand
All right, first one was the Ferrari. He was quick, took no time whatsoever. That blank path or Mr. P.
Climb a gradient of over 11% to the first corner. The circuit
That's the question now.
renowned architect Herman Tilke designed a number of other
Black Panther. The two Alfa Romeos are actually the first to go out. Oh my god, how quick did they go out? Angry Badger. Angry Badger, I know, is one of those drivers that likes to come out very quick in qualifying. Did it a lot last season, the InterTier. I believe for our last 5 races, he was the first to come out for qualifying, Angry Badger. And here he is again. His teammate, himself and Bad Boy, who's back for the first race in the InterTier this season. His first race. See him again. We'll see what he can do. Question here, is CPI Mateos here? Nope, not another race without CPI. What of Pesci? And Pesci. The two drivers who had some kind of beef between themselves last season are not racing today. So we're going to see different rivalries come to play, especially between tiers, because you know some of these drivers do race themselves in midweek, so they do have a little bit of animosity between themselves. We'll see what happens here in the InterTier in Miami. A tricky track, a track that some incidents could happen, but hopefully not too much. As Bad Boy begins his lap, he's going to be the first, and we'll see what he does at the end of his lap. His teammate is going to be next to finish his own lap and set a time for their first laps in qualifying. Then they're going to be followed by the Ferrari of Black Panther, whose teammate is Mr. P is moving out the way for him on his lap. Good job, good teamwork there from him to realize his teammate is coming on a quick lap and moving out the way to make sure that he's not compromised. Then we have Hazer in the Williams, who is currently not on an out lap, so he is on his fast lap now. And McLaren is going to be next after all of them. So back to Bad Boy, who was the first, and he's already invalidated his time, so his time isn't going to stand. His teammate though, Angry Badger, is surely going to be provisional pole when he crosses the line, but is he going to be quick enough to be faster than the rest who are going to set times after him as he comes out now? He comes to the slow chicane under the tunnel, under the bridge. Very tricky corner to get it wrong. Also, if you get it right, you could optimize your time as he gets the fastest second sector. Surely the Black Panther get faster than that. Yes, he did. We'll see what if the Ferrari team can beat the Alfa Romeo team when they cross the line. The first drivers to do so. Angry Badger now about to cross the line. What time is he going to set? His teammate is in the pit. Finish a lap because he invited us to a 1:30.0 for Angry Badger. The Ferrari though beating him by about a second and a half with 1:28.4 for the Ferrari of Black Panther. Next is going to be the Williams of Hazer, who crosses the line and goes provisional pole position. It's going to be 120. It's going to be 128.3 for the Williams driver. Can the McLaren say anything about that? It is Prez in the McLaren. He is on a fast lap, and we'll see where he puts himself when he does cross the line. As he's about to cross the line now, the McLaren now down in P13 moves up to P4 with a 1:30.6. Only 4 drivers now have set a time. It's going to be the Mercedes of Iliji Christie, who already has the fastest second sector, and now can he clock a good last sector to put himself on provisional pole. A good second sector for him as he gets to the penultimate corner now. And here we go now, nice and clean. Slightly misses the apex, but it's all good. Goes a little bit wide there, but he's trying to extend the track, trying to get as much pace as he can on this lap, and it's going to be a 1:29.3 for Iliji Christie. Puts it himself in P4. Destroyer Drag is going to beat that time though, the Alpine. 1:28.7 for Destroyer Drag. Then the Aston Martin is going to be next to cross the line. It's going to be 1:29.1 for Krizam. Then the Red Bull of TTV, yours sincerely, with 1:29 flat, put himself in P4. Another driver who has a chance to get a win here today. He has had interesting battles with top drivers in the other races in the InterTier. Would this be his day? Would Miami be the day that TTV, yours sincerely, does grab that win? A win that wouldn't be undeserved whatsoever. As the Ferrari now of UFRL Mr. Perm about to start his lap, He's gone around twice now to make sure. He's gone around once actually. We'll see. He's about to start his lap now, and we'll see what he finishes with. We'll see if he can put himself on provisional pole position. His teammate though, crossing in line next. Looks like went for another lap, Black Panther. Or is about to push for another lap, and we'll see if he can improve on that time. 128.4 that he has set already, but no, surely not, as he loses the back end and almost goes into the wall, but does well to control the car. But surely that will be the end of that lap, and he will be going to the pits for a fresh lap rubber for another lap, as Ilchi Christie in the Mercedes gets into the penultimate corners now. And is he going to finish his lap to try and improve, or is he going into the pits? It looks like it's the pits for the Mercedes, currently sitting in P6 with a 129.3. We'll see if he can improve on that time. Interesting stuff here at the start of qualifying. A few drivers still has to set times, and surely will want to be setting times now, as Ilchi Christie will be coming into the pits. His teammate though, UFRL Merck, hasn't set a time yet, and we're gonna have to wait for the other Aston Martin to set. As UFRL Viva now going around, he's still on an out lap, I believe. He's still not on a fast lap because he's not using that ERS. He's still recharging, wants to burn as much fuel as he can to make that car as light as he can. But Bad Boy now, the first to come out, but didn't set a line because of his invalidation. Now the Alfa Romeo is about to set a time he believes might be quick enough for provisional pole that Mr. P just got with a 128.3. The reigning champion in that Ferrari, setting his standards, putting himself on provisional pole position and looking to start pole position here. He wants to get a win, his first win of the season in the InterTier, to revive his championship defense, and we'll see how that works out for him in Miami. Hasn't really gotten the best of results in Miami, Mr. Point. Maybe this time around is going to be in his favor and he can get that win. As a few drivers still yet to set time. Bad Boy though is on his time. The rest of them still in the pits or on out laps, and we'll see what times they set when they decide to go out on track to set as quick of a time as they can. And to the penultimate corners now, Stickman in that Williams is going to begin his own lap, and we'll see where he does finish. Bad Boy in the Alfa Romeo is the driver that we want to watch, as Viva should be beginning his lap now. Nope, he is going into the pits. He decides not to go for a push lap, just went for 2 test laps and went back straight into the pits. But Bad Boy though in that Alfa Romeo, what time can he set as he's coming out of the final corner now? Bad Boy about to cross the line. Can that be provisional pole for the Alfa Romeo? Yes, it is. The first driver into the 127s and absolutely destroys the time in P2 by a second and 2/10. It's going to be a 127.1 for that Alfa Romeo. And which driver now can beat that absolutely stonker of a lap set by that man, Bad Boy, on his first race back in the InterTier? As UFRL Merck now, the man who came P2 in the championship last season, another driver looking to revive his championship fight, as he was close to a win last week in P2. A good race from him, but this time around, can he get that win that he is looking for to put one hand on that championship fight? As Mr. Prem now will be going into the pits. He's currently sitting in P2. He thought that time was going to be good enough. To beat. Oh my God, that's the Alfa Romeo. Was very close to the Williams there of Hazel as he was about to start the lap, but the Alfa Romeo is going into the pits, so that won't matter whatsoever. Well, is the Alfa Romeo going to the pits? He is going to. Okay, he did go into the pits. He has retired. Bad Boy. He believes that time is quick enough, as Angry Badger has crossed the line for a second time. He is still in to 130 in P10, and can he improve on that time? The only drivers who have set times that are under him right now is Prezi Prez and Stickman. He'll be looking to improve on that time, as he has said, gets into the 129s maybe. As Black Panther now about to start his lap in that Ferrari, currently sitting in P4. Can he improve on that time? As the Red Bull now of TTV, yours sincerely, about to start his lap, as Merck has retired from the session. It looks like this man who came P2 in the championship last season has had an unfortunate ending. There he is, coming out of the final corner. He goes into the wall, and that will be that for qualifying for UFRL Merck, and he will have to start right at the back. And that is not what he would need whatsoever, looking for a win here in Miami today, as Angry Badger now trying to improve on our time, already quicker in the second sector, 2-3 tenths faster than his fastest time, and we'll see if he can improve on that P11, maybe get into the top 5, as the Alfa Romeo's drivers now trying to beat the Ferrari on track in qualifying, because the Ferraris right now are the leading team in qualifying, with Mr. P in P2 and Black Panther, his teammates, in P4. But as Angry Badger crosses the line, he moves up to P10, not into the P5, but onto the top 10 for Angry Badger, 2 tenths quicker than his previous time, as he puts himself in the top 10. The Mercedes behind him of UFRL Viva out again, and will he be pushed? Is this his push lap finally? Yes, this is push lap, and we'll see if he can set a time good enough to put him in the top 10 or the top 5, as the Ferrari coming out of the final corner now. Black Panther, can he improve? Can he beat his teammate? Can he put himself on provisional pole position? Improves by 7 tenths. Not good enough to get that pole position, but good enough to beat his teammates for qualifying and put himself in P2. As UFRL, yes, Bad Boy is confident in that time that he has set now, that he is going to beat the rest of the drivers who are trying to set a time faster than that. 1:27.1 is an absolutely blistering lap, and it will be very difficult for anyone else on track to beat that time. But the AlphaTauri now, the first AlphaTauri driver to set a lap, is going to be Doug. He is on his out lap now, and he will be beginning his lap. The only AlphaTauri on track. He will be carrying the bunch of the points for the AlphaTauri team today. But this Mercedes now of Viva with his fastest second sector, and we'll see where he can finish when he does cross the line. Krizam about to start a lap, and we'll see how that works out for him. Angry Badger though finished his lap and will be going into the pits. Then we're going down to UFRL Viva, coming out of the final corner now for his first lap set on track. What time is he going to set when he just crossed the start-finish line? As he crosses now, it's going to be P9 top 10 or 1:29.1 for Viva. 1:29.1, just 1 tenth to improving, and he will put himself into the 1:28. Surely he believes that he can improve on that time with 5 minutes to go. Who is going to knock off Bad Boy from provisional pole position? I don't believe anybody can. Yo, Pucci, didn't see your message, but it's good to see you here. Lucky Merc has got that DNF right in the final corner. Has to start from the back, but we'll see how that works out for him. As to Ferrari now is going into the pits. Black Panther and Mr. P doing a good job to be currently sitting in P2 and 3 for the Ferrari team, and surely their team principal will be a happy man, as yours sincerely will be going to P. Currently sitting in P7. Surely he knows that he can improve on that time, but it's very difficult having all those top drivers ahead of him. If we're being real, every other driver in front of him is a tier 1 driver. So the reigning champion from tier 2, who moved up to tier 1 this season, knows that it's gonna take some time for him to have that pace to be fighting right in front against these top drivers. But he knows that with time and with preparation, he one day will be fighting for that championship. As Chris Zam, Aston Martin with a 1:28.7, currently in P7. The high Aston Martin, as the other Aston Martin has gone out for a DNF, he will be carrying the brunt of the qualifying as we speak. As Viva, was that it, Christie? In the Mercedes, setting up for a lap, or might be going into the pits. Viva looks like he is setting up for a lap. We'll see how this lap works out for him, as he's trying to recharge, get as much ERS as he can. Nope, he's not actually starting the lap, he's just going slow, deciding to go around again. Surely should have gone into the pits there, but he decided to stay out. Well, only he knows the reason why. As Christie now in that other Mercedes on an out lap, and this surely will be Christie's last lap, because when he's done with this, he wouldn't be able to go into the pits again for a new first lap. And we'll see if he can improve on that P11 that he currently sits on and put himself into the top 10. As the AlphaTauri driver of UFRL Doug finishing his lap, and we'll see what he can get. The only AlphaTauri on track is carrying the brunt of the points for the AlphaTauri today. But first off, what can he do in qualifying? One of those drivers who's currently in tier 2, but shows a lot of promise racing with the top drivers in front, but only P13 now for Doug with 1:29.8, and surely he'll be looking at that time I'm thinking that he can improve, but surely can't go improve again because with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in qualifying, I don't think he will have enough time to get in the pit and come out for one more lap. So surely Doug will be starting in the bottom 7 as we have the Ferrari of UFRL Mr. P about to start his final lap of qualifying. Can he beat the time that his teammates have set, or better yet, can he beat the time that bad boy in front has set? The reigning champion now is going to go for it, and we'll see what he is going to get. The two Mercedes pair are together as Viva and Ilichi Christie. Ilichi right behind Viva. He is going to get that slipstream from his teammate. Oh, but he goes deep. That is not what he would need whatsoever on his lap, as Viva, now his teammate who was trying to give him the slipstream, has pulled away a little bit, and that slipstream effect won't be as good. But Ilichi Christie on a lap now, he's barely, looks like he's bailing out of the lap. He bails out of the lap, and he might just be going for one last push. It looked like he made a mistake on that lap, and he was going for one last push. His teammate also will be going for one last push with 100% ERS. Thought he was going for a push on the last lap, but it looks like he was recharging his ERS. The McLaren, though, on his final lap on track, 129.9, that McLaren sits on Speedy Bullet, but when he crosses the line, it's going to be P13 for Speedy Bullet, 129.7. He does improve by 2/10, but not enough to put him in the top 10 as the Mercedes has begun his lap. The two Mercedes drivers now will see if they can do better for themselves, currently sitting in 9 and 11. Can they get higher than that as the Ferrari of Mr. Poem about to finish his lap? Can he put himself on pole position? It's going to be a very difficult time to beat. The Ferrari is trying to do that. Can he beat his teammate, or can he put himself on pole as he crosses the line? It's not going to be pole position for Mr. P. He does improve by 4/10, but not enough to put him even in P2, but that might be good enough for him as he is going to start on the second row right behind the man in P1, Bad Boy, who will set an exemplary time as Link Speed put himself in P5 with a 128.5 with yours sincerely on his final lap of the day. Also Links, they're both on their final laps, and we'll see who can beat that time that Bad Boy has set in front. Bad Boy is confident enough, knowing that that time is too quick for anybody to beat, went straight into the pit to retire as Viva looked like he was going deep there, but he might just have broke early. But as he's coming to the pits now, he's going to stay P9 for UFRL Viva. He's not going to improve on his time, as his teammate though also trying to improve on that time. He still has 71% ERS, a lot of ERS in the final sector to push for a quick time. Can Ilichi Christie improve on that P11? Can he beat his teammate who currently is going to finish in P9? Nope. Going into the pits for Christian, it's going to be 9 and 11 for the Mercedes duo. Speedy Bullets also will be going into the pits as he has finished his last lap. But the last few drivers to finish their time, Destroyer Drac is going to be the first of them, as the Alpine, who is in P6 with a 128.7, looking to improve on that time, looking to jump into the top 5. A driver, one of those drivers that has a lot of pace and has a lot of quality. We'll see how he can bring that pace here today with an impressive race in Australia. Can he get another impressive one here in Miami as he puts himself in P4 with a 128.3 from Destroyer Drag, as Lynx beat that time with a 127.9. Can you sincerely beat the time that they said no he can't, but he improves into P7 with 128.5, and that will be that for qualifying. Bad Boy is going to start in front with the two Ferrari drivers on P2 and in P2 and P3, and that is going to be your starting grid for qualifying. Lynx is going to be in P4 in that house. A driver who won the first race in the InterTier will be looking for another win here in Miami. And in 5 minutes, we will return for round 3 and we will go racing. Here we go. Should be going anytime soon. With a minute to go. I'm ready for this. Hope you're ready for this. All right. Anytime soon. Anytime now. Anytime now. Anybody did request for an invite, by the way. So, well, here we go. As it's 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights in Miami ahead of the drivers, and it's foot to the floor and go, go, go. That's an amazing start for Panther. He's going to take the lead of the race. The other Ferrari is going to come at the Alfa Romeo, but here we go now. Panther with the lead of the race. On what tires is he on now? Maybe he does have the better tires. On those medium tires, he does have the same tires as the top 9, as Perez is going to be starting on the hard tires. And interestingly enough, he has 5 drivers at the back starting on those soft. But the tier 2 driver, Black Panther in that Ferrari, taking the opportunity and getting ahead of Bad Boy in the Alfa Romeo. But it's Bad Boy going to fight it back. He does have pressure from Panther's teammates in that Ferrari that's gonna make sure that he doesn't make it easy for Bad Boy, who's attacking the other Ferrari now. Can Black Panther defend this? He's not gonna defend this. The Alfa Romeo is going to go down the inside, and that's it for the Alfa Romeo. But he's going to go around the outside the Ferrari. He's fighting this hard. Black Panther is going to keep that Alfa Romeo behind, and without DRS, his drivers already going at it, and that surely is a little bit of a corner cut from Bad Boy, but he's chasing that Ferrari down. He's trying to make that move. He knows he needs to make that move right at the start, knowing that Mr. P is right there as he's gaining on the Alfa Romeo, switching to the inside. And before they get down to turn 17, he is going to take the lead of the race. Black Panther, though, trying to go around the outside, trying to stick it with the traction, with the grip. He has it there side by side, wheel to wheel on the first lap. Unbelievable stuff. Black Panther not giving it up as Bad Boy switches to the inside. Is he going to take it back down the inside? Black Panther trying around the outside again. And this is unbelievable racing. They are not giving each other an inch whatsoever as Black Panther is going to stay in the lead of the race. Unbelievable racing here on the second lap in Miami. These drivers are going for it without DRS. DRS will be enabled on the next lap, and surely then it's going to be difficult for Black Panther to keep that quick moving Alfa Romeo behind. But back to the fighting at the back as the 2 teammates of the McLarens are side by side. There's Merc in the Aston Martin goes deep a little bit, and now they're putting him under pressure. The McLarens, they are still fighting. They need to work together to go after the Aston Martin. But here comes the AlphaTauri of Dog down the inside of Speedy Bullet. As they go down to turn 11, he's going to go down the inside. Can he split those McLarens? No, he can't. Speedy Bullet go around the outside, and he has to hold the back, Dog. He's now under pressure from Danny Dean in that Red Bull, and Danny Dean not close enough to get that moved on as they go into P12. But here we go now, back to the front as the safety car, that DRS is going to enable next lap. But Hazer is attacking Destroyer Drag in that LP, going around the outside. Can Destroyer Drag defend it? He's going to defend it aggressively to make sure that Hazer has no opportunity. But Hazer going for that switch back, not enough. He's going to have to hold it back. But back to the front now. Black Panther as Bad Boy has taken the lead of the race. He didn't need DRS as DRS is enabled this lap, but Black Panther on the inside goes for a dive. and he is not going to take the lead of the race. Now the Ferraris back to where they started. Bad Boy leading this race. As to the back now, there's Stickman going into the pits, and Angry Badger. Looks like they might have been in an incident. As Black Panther fighting very hard against Bad Boy at the start, but Bad Boy going a little bit deep there as the safety car is going to be out now for the DNF from Danny Dean. And what an unbelievable start of the race. Unbelievable stuff as Angry Badger. Oh, Angry Badger needs an invite, Francis. If you can, please. Thank you very much. As the first 3 laps of this race has been absolutely outstanding. As the drivers have been going for it, especially Bad Boy and Black Panther in front. Bad Boy losing the lead of the race at the start. And the first 2 laps of the race, him and that Ferrari of Black Panther went at it. But he got that lead back at the start of lap 3 before the safety car did come out. And Danny Dim did actually retire in the pits, didn't he? I don't know why they will still bring out the safety car. As Angry Badger has returned to the session. Good on him. The Bad Boy still leading this race. Who is going to decide to come into the pits now? What strategy will these drivers decide to go on? As Bad Boy is going to be the first to decide. He's leading the race, as you see, but he stays out. The Ferraris are going to stay out. Lynx Peace also making that decision to stay out. Destroyer Drag, but TTV, yours sincerely, the first driver going on that gamble. Is it going to be the hard tires for that Red Bull? Would it be simply lovely stuff at the end of this Grand Prix for him, or with this strategy that he decided to go for work against him? As the other drivers going into the pits, it's going to be UFRL Merc in that Aston Martin starting at the back in this Grand Prix because of his crash in qualifying. Has to switch his wing because it looks like he has gotten damage on track, which will be at the back again, but he is on those hard tires. He can go long and just go to the soft for the soft right at the end, but we'll see how that strategy works out for him, as he's going to be behind the Red Bull of TTV. Yours sincerely. Bad Boy leading the race by 3/10 from Black Panther. Black Panther, a tier 3 driver, showing absolutely no fear, absolutely foot to the floor and going against Bad Boy, and that was just outstanding racing, clean racing. Also, that's what makes it very outstanding from those two, and hopefully more to come, as we do have 25 laps to go in this race. So the first 2, if the first 2 have anything to say about this race, it's about to be an exciting one. As we're going to wait for Stickman in P15, he's going to be the last driver to catch up to the pack, and the safety car should be coming into the pits at the end of the next lap. So that will be at the end of lap 5. So we should be restarting the race at lap 6. I don't think we should get long. We should be further than that. Stickman in at Williams. As the only 2 drivers who decided to go into the pits were UFRL Merc and yours sincerely. Stickman did go into the pits at the start, before the safety car did come out. So, but the 2 drivers who went to the pits as the safety car came out were Merc and yours sincerely. So we're going to watch them throughout this race to see if this strategy call did work out for them. See where they finish. As the other drivers deciding to stay out. The top 8 all on those medium tires. Christie, the only one splitting the other medium runner, or Speedy Bullet, in P10. We'll see if those soft tires can work out for the Mercedes. Can he make some places that he will need to capitalize on in the pit stops later in the race? As Stickman has joined the pack now, and surely the safety car will be coming to the pits at the end of this lap. There we go now. It's going to be a good fight. Sometimes when you're under safety cars, you just want it to end so quick, and let's just go back to racing. As Angry Badger is having some issues. Hopefully that doesn't affect his race. Hopefully this is the last one. So under the safety car, it's the best time to have issues. Not as I'm having issues now. Oh, looks like the server. Look at the lobby just messed up. Is it me? Let's see. Let me try and join Mr. P. It might just be me. So let's see. Um. Yeah, they're still. It looks like they're still in here. So let's get back. Let's get back to the action before the safety car comes in. Hopefully. All right, we're back. I hope that was just me and it didn't affect the rest of the drivers. As Prezi Perez has DNF'd. We didn't get that. It's gonna be very unlucky for Prezi. It might be connection issues for him, or he might just have run into the wall. We do not know. As Bad Boy is warming up those tires, the safety car coming in this on this lap, and when is he going to go? He's taking his time to make sure those prancing horses behind do not get the horsepower they need to get ahead of him before he gets to turn 1. But here we go, Bad Boy leading the way, 5:10. It's a good restart from him, and surely isn't going to get overtaken as the race is back on the way to get everything we need. Here we go now. As they are squabbling at the back, the soft tire runners, can they get places done as Christie is losing time to Prizam in front, and PD Bullet is going to be putting pressure on him. That's not what he wants, as Angry Bodger overtaken by Dog and by Yours Sincerely before they get to turn 3, and that is going to be not good stuff for Angry Bodger on those soft tires. He wants to take advantage of them, but he's losing places now. He's at 110 behind this trailer. These two have been fighting a lot this season, and here is another battle between them. The Williams and the Alpine going side by side, wheel to wheel, as they get down to the corner. Who is going to be late on the brakes, as Hazer is going to take that P5 ahead of Destroyer Track. Destroyer Track not going to have that DRS because safety car just came in. The DRS is going to be enabled a few laps from now. But Bad Boy in front, 6/10 from Black Panther, trying to pull away from that Ferrari to make him an issue for Mr. P, but not himself. Black Panther, though, using the ERS to make sure that he keeps close. Link Peace also trying to get a move done on his teammate, Mr. P, who is going to go for the defense, puts his car right on the middle of the track, but Link's Peace is going to aggressively go on the inside. Who's going to be late on the brakes? It's going to be Link's Peace putting himself in P3, but Mr. P going around the outside. They are wheel to wheel now, but the Hearts gets the move done, and the winner of the first race in Spa is putting himself in the podium positions now. Can the Ferrari fight it back? He's going to hold it back now because he knows let's just hold it back and fight and let Black Panther pull away, who's 1.1 seconds away now, and he's going to need to get into the DRS of the Ferrari in front, as Dog behind putting pressure on Speedy Bullet, as Speedy Bullet doesn't have the DRS from Christie in front. He knows that he is going to be in a dangerous place when Dog does come behind him. Racing as Yours Sincerely now has taken the place from Doug, and he puts himself in P11. He's charging up now, Yours Sincerely in that Red Bull, and according to this strategy work out for him on those hard tires. How long can he go on them? As back to the front now, Black Panther 8/10 behind Bad Boy, and he knows he's going to have that DRS. He knows he needs to keep close because he will be under pressure from the reigning champion Mr. Lynx and Mr. P when they get close to them. When he gets close to Black Panther, because now Lynx has that DRS. Black Panther doesn't have that DRS, and he's going to be under pressure. He's not going to have that 10 km/h advantage, as Lynx Peace is going to be gaining on him, but he's not going to be close enough. Him and Mr. Quinn low on that ERS. They're not going to be close enough to make the move on Black Panther, who's done well to save ERS. Him and Bad Boy in front with the same amount of ERS, doing a good job to keep that as high as possible. But Hazer doing the best job with 78% left, and he has gotten already up to P5, very close to Mr. P, as DRS is enabled now. UFRL Merc 9/10, 8/10 behind Yours Sincerely, and Team 2 is making a little bit of places on those hard tires. Will that strategy work out for them? Yours Sincerely and UFRL Merc were the drivers to watch, as Hazer 6/10 behind Mr. P now, who is not going to have that DRS. And here we go, Williams against Ferrari. Can Hazer get his first podium of the season? It's a podium that he's struggling has been looking for, and we'll see if he can do that in Miami here, as Black Panther now is now under over a second behind Bad Boy, and surely he's not going to have that DRS. Link Space is going to put pressure on him. A race winner from race 1 is putting pressure on the man in P2, the tier 2 driver, who has done an outstanding job to race the other drivers in front, as Krizam and the Mercedes are racing. Viva down the inside gets ahead of Krizam. I think Krizam was the one attacking Viva doing well to defend it, as CTV yours sincerely and Merck still trying to make places very close to Christie now, trying to get ahead of the driver on those soft tires that surely have been degrading. But Link Speeds down the inside, before as they get to the penultimate corner, is going to use that DRS and is going to put himself in P2, as Black Panther and Mr. P now down to P3 and P4. But they know that they can just stick to this. They know that they can recharge their ERS and just follow the drivers in front. Hazer still struggling to get ahead of the Ferrari in front, as they're still fighting at the back. Krizam with that DRS, can he be close enough to Viva to get the move done? He's baiting it on the inside, but Viva does not fall for it, sticks to the ideal racing line. He's going to keep himself in P7, as Black Panther now in P4 with Merck and Christie fighting, as Merck gets ahead of the Mercedes. Merck and TTVL sincerely making up places now into the top 10. They need to keep going and massage those tires to make sure that they can go as long as possible, as Black Panther in P3, 7/10 behind Link Speed, so he's going to have that DRS to defend from his teammate. His teammate is 1/10 behind, but Hazer making places on Mr. P. Side by side they go around the outside. Hazer is going to take that place with the assistance of the DRS, and his next target is going to be the other Ferrari, as Krizam has taken the place from Viva, has put himself in P7, and his next target is going to be Destroyer Jack, who's 3 seconds ahead on the road. Because Krizam have that pace to catch up to Destroyer in front. At 6/10 now, Black Panther is going to be behind Link Speed. He's going to have that DRS assistance, and can he get that move done? Does he have enough ERS and enough straight line speed to get enough close to Link's? No, it looks like he doesn't. But does Link have enough space to get close to Bad Boy in front, who is pulling away here, as Merck and yours sincerely fighting it hard, as Merck puts himself in P9 ahead of the Red Bull. The Red Bull knows that he can just follow Merck, and they can pull off this strategy that they are going for with the DRS assistance between them. As down to the front now, Black Panther 2/10 behind Link Speed, putting pressure on that Haas to make sure that he does not pull away, as Speedy Bullet getting ahead of Elisa Christie, who is going into the pits. Black Panther now 3/10 behind, 2/10 behind. Absolutely outstanding drive from the Ferrari today, and we'll see, can he get ahead of the Haas, who is also trying to pull the Alfa Romeo, who is taking this opportunity to pull away on track closer to him, as he's going to have that DRS to Ferrari. The Panting Horse is going to be gaining on the Haas, and where is he going to go, to the left or to the right? As he activates his DRS, he's gaining on the Haas, and he switches to the left. Easy stuff as he uses that DRS wheel to wheel to go, but there's nothing the Haas can do, as he has to concede that place, and Black Panther puts himself in P2. Hazer though using this opportunity to gain on the drivers in front, as UFRL Mr. P also 5/10 behind Hazer. He knows that he can recharge his ERS and succeed, but Hazer doing a great job to keep that ERS high, to keep the trick in his back pocket of ERS to be able to defend from the attacking driver behind, as UFRL Viva is 6/10 behind Krizam, who does not have that DRS. Will Viva be going for that move on the Aston Martin? He's trying to defend on the inside, trying to cut that slipstream from the Mercedes, but looks like the Mercedes won't be close enough to get the move done here. But will he try again as they head down to turn 1, Viva, as he head down to the penultimate corner now, trying to get very close to the Aston Martin, trying to have the better entry and the exit coming out, but looks like Krizam does have the better exit, and that is not going to be the move for Viva. He's going to have to wait for the next lap, as he's not close enough to Krizam. Lynx though has gone into the pits. He decides it is time for those hard compound tires, and we'll see. But if that strategy works out for him, it's going to do 19 laps on those tires, and we'll see how that works out for him. And back to the front now, Black Panther still 1.9 seconds behind Bad Boy. Bad Boy isn't pulling away too much, but he's doing a good job to keep that buffer from the other drivers behind him, as Mr. P 8/10 behind Hazer, gaining on Hazer, but he's losing time now. He's not going to have that DRS. He's going to need this DRS that he has right now to try and gain back to the Williams in front, so he does not pull away. He's now 8/10 behind. He will need to make sure that these corners are clean. He will need to make sure that he does stay in that 1 second buffer, or the Destroyer drag behind is going to be putting pressure on him, as Krizam and Viva fight for it. Viva getting ahead of Krizam, but now Krizam's teammate UFRL Merck in P8 now, putting pressure on the squabbling drivers in front. Will Quizam let Merck by? Does he believe that Merck right now is on the quicker tires? Because he's on those 10 lap old mediums and he moves to the side and it looks like he's going to let his teammate through. No fight from Quizam as he's going to try and tuck between him and Dorsey in P9, and a good stuff from the Aston Martin there as Merck now is going to be attacking Viva in the Mercedes in front. The hard tire strategy coming for the hard tires at the first safety car might just work out for Merck and yours sincerely, but we'll see how he goes. Merck now trying to attack the Mercedes, gain on the Mercedes. Mercedes knows that he doesn't need to defend. Merck not close enough to get the move done as Bad Boy now pulling away 2.6 seconds away from Black Panther, who's still doing a good job because Hazer can't get close enough to him to get that DRS. Mr. P doing a good job now, 9/10 behind Hazer, and he can get that DRS. He knows that he can't let Hazer pull away because Destroyer Jack is there trying to catch up to Mr. P. 2/10 now, Merck behind Viva, and surely here the Aston Martin will be making the move. He's going to be under pressure from the two Aston Martin cars. Can Viva defend this? He does have the ERS as the Aston Martin gaining, going down the inside, and it's Viva going to defend. He's going to have to go around the outside, but there's nothing he can do. Kizam is also going to go for it, but he's not close enough as he goes deep trying to make the move, and Justin said he's going to take the opportunity going around the outside now on those hard tires who do have the better grip, and he now gets to P8, taking the opportunity that Kizam was trying to get ahead of Viva and compromising his line as the Red Bull now puts himself in P8. Merck now in P6, 2.6 seconds away from Destroyer Drive, and we'll see if this strategy is working for Merck. Can he get closer to the first tier 1 runner in those mediums in P5? This is where it really matters for him and yours sincerely's race, as Mr. P now very close to Hazer has done a great job to make sure Hazer does not pull away, getting on him with that DRS, diving down the inside. He's going to make the move. Hazer is going to give him space. They're going to go side by side. Good racing here as him and Hazer wheel to wheel they go out of turn 3. Mr. P can't get that move done. Hazer beautiful defending as he keeps that Ferrari behind. Link Speed and Speedy Bullet right behind as Link Speed gets ahead of the McLaren going down to turn 1 as Hazer now and Mr. P is still squabbling in front. As Mr. P is going to be 2/10, 4/10, 3/10 behind Hazer, and he's going to have that DRS. He's going to be gaining on the Williams, and surely here that Williams does not have enough to defend. But the ERS that he's saving is a brilliant job from the Williams. He knows that later in the race it will really matter as Mr. P doesn't really use his, but he's going to get ahead of Hazer and put himself in P3. Hazer is going to have that DRS again as they head down to the penultimate corner, and it's going to be under pressure as Viva 4/10 behind Merck. Justin said he putting pressure on him, and Kizam has fallen away from the pack, and that is not what Kizam would like. But yours sincerely though is going to be putting pressure on that Mercedes, who's on alien tires, 12 laps on those mediums. Surely they will be starting to disintegrate. But here we go now. Yours sincerely is going to have the DRS. Viva also is going to have that DRS to defend. Can yours sincerely gain enough on him to get that move done? No, he's going to have to hold it back. But Merck 1.8 seconds behind Destroyer Jack has gained a full 1 second in the last few laps as Bad Boy has decided to come into the pits. The leader of the race decides to come into the pits on lap 14. Surely for the hard tires, it's going to be the hard compound tires for the Alfa Romeo, and we'll see what happens when he gets past Black Panther, who'll be going into the pit surely on this lap, because those medium tires are starting to fall off as Lynx has gotten ahead of Bad Boy on those hard tires. Can he keep ahead of Bad Boy? Bad Boy is the leader of the race, but Lynx is on 3 lap older tires. But we'll see how this works out for the Hans driver, who's doing a very exemplary job. See if he can get his second race win of the season. Hazer though in P3 behind Mr. Point. He's going to have ERS. He has a lot of ERS to attack Mr. P in front. Destroyer Jack finally has caught up to them. He's going to have the DRS. Merck also is going to have the DRS. And the squabble continues as Tio Sincerely is going to go down the inside and is going to make the move done, get the move done on Viva. Boys, oh, he almost goes for a spin, locks up into the corner, almost loses the back end as Yours Sincerely still keeps his place from Viva, but Viva is going to have that DRS to attack the struggling Red Bull. As here we go now, slightly goes deep into that corner. Viva looking for the split pack, and here we go now. The Mercedes is going to have that DRS, and easily, surely, is going to get that move done before they get to the penultimate corner, using a little bit of his DRS and getting ahead of TCV said, who will be fighting it back on the next lap. But Merck now 2 tenths behind the Alpine, and it's a four-way battle. 4P3-2 as Black Panther has decided to come into the pits now, and we'll see where Bad Boy comes out. He will be ahead of Black Panther or behind the Ferrari driver, as Hazer now has taken the lead of the race. Mr. P also coming into the pits. That will be a double stack for Ferrari. That is not what they will want whatsoever. Hopefully that wasn't a bad double stack, as they both decided to come into pits on the same lap. As Hazer is leading this race now. When would he decide to come into? When he decides that it is time, as Bad Boy now has gotten a penalty and is 1.2 seconds behind Lynx. Lynx doing a good job now, currently provisional leader of the race Lynx piece, and we'll see what happens when the rest of the drivers in front of him decide it is time to come into the pits, as Stickman gets ahead of Dog. These two has squabbled a lot in the last few seasons, and here they go squabbling again as Lynx Speeds and Krizam. Lynx Speeds gets ahead of Krizam. Krizam on those old medium tires, and surely should be coming into pit anytime soon. Destroyer Drag and Hazer, the two leaders of this race, also on those medium tires, 14 laps old. 14 laps old, and we'll see if he can get in front, as Bad Boy has gotten ahead of Krizam in Aston Martin, and he now puts himself in P6. He's still 1.2 seconds away from Lynx Speeds, who's currently the leader of this race, as Hazer will be coming into the pit shortly on this lap. Lynx Speeds and Bad Boy really just coming to the penultimate corner, as Hazer hasn't even gone into the pit yet, and this might just be the strategy of all strategies for Lynx and Bad Boy. They are going to be pulling away when the rest of the drivers do come into the pit, as Merck now putting pressure on the short track, still can't get ahead. CCV sincerely deciding it is time for fresh tires. He believes that those hard tires cannot go to the end, as they are falling off his medium tires for yours sincerely, and Merck surely will be going on the same strategy as him, as Viva on those softs. Will those softs go to the end for Viva, or does he have one more strategy call in play? Lynx Speeds and Bad Boy now. The question is, will they go to the end on these tires? That might just be the thing that they can do, because 15 laps Hazer has done on the medium tires. Surely they can do 15, 16, 17 laps on the hard tires. We'll see if they go to the end, as Stickman has gotten ahead of Doug again, as they're still squabbling at the back. Does have the better tires. He's going to have the DRS here, and we'll see what the AlphaTauri can do. Gaining on Stickman, going to have that DRS, and here we go now. He's very low on the ERS. Can he attack the Williams in front? Does he have enough? Stickman using that ERS to make sure he doesn't get ahead. Not enough from Doug to get ahead of him. But Idishi Christie now putting pressure on yours sincerely, who just came out of the pit. He's going to have those fresh tires to be able to pull away from Christie, as Bad Boy now going for the move on Lynx Speeds on the inside. He's going to take back the provisional lead of this race. Lynx Speeds going down to P5, but he knows that Bad Boy does have the pace to just follow and use that DRS to recharge and wait for later in the race, as Merck is still out, Destroyer Drag is still out, Hazer, 3 drivers still out. 16 laps that Hazer and Destroyer Drag have done on those tires, and absolutely massaging those tires, trying to take them as long as possible, maybe going for the softs right at the end. What a strategy call that would be for those two, as Black Panther in P6, one of the drivers who wasn't the lead of this race, 6 seconds now behind Lynx Speeds and Bad Boy, has lost a ton of time to the drivers that he was fighting with in front. But the question is, has he lost a ton of time to drive behind him? No, as Mr. P is about 6 seconds behind. It looks like that double stack didn't work out for Ferrari, and not a good call whatsoever, as Lynx Speeds and Hazer now Destroyer Drag getting the move done on Hazer, putting himself in front in the lead of this race, as Hazer now is going to try and fight it back. He knows he has that ERS advantage on the Alpine in front, as they get to the chicane now, the slow chicane of turn 15 and 16. Can Hazer use that DRS to get out of the Alpine, who's almost losing the back end there? And surely Hazer with 100% ERS, that is ERS masterclass, will be getting ahead of the Alpine. No struggle whatsoever as he's gaining on him. He's going down the inside and he's going to go for the move. He's going to have to hold it back. He keeps his line to put the Alpine off his line, and the Alpine decides not to go into the pits. They are still squabbling as Merck now is under pressure from Bad Boy, who's trying to go around the outside. Side by side, Merck is going to defend down the inside, and Candy Aston Martin keep him behind, but Merck goes deep and almost goes into the driver in front, and he loses places now as Lynx is now also going to get ahead of the Aston Martin driver, who's still on those old hard tires. As Bad Boy now 110 behind Hazer. He's trying to grab this win here today, having a very good race. That penalty, it is looming on his head. He has the pressure of Lynx Peace behind, Destroyer Drag and Hazer still yet to come into the pit. Bad Boy is going to take this opportunity now, going around the outside, and he's going to get ahead of Hazer. Easy stuff from Bad Boy as he puts himself in P2. Destroyer Drag is going to be next, 7/10 ahead. And when will these two decide to go into the pit? They've been out here for 17 laps on those mediums, and this is a very difficult fall for them. As Dog behind, 2/10 behind Stickman. Can he get his own move done? We'll see how that works out for him, but there's still fights in front as Dog. Can he get move done? Looks like he's not close enough. Doesn't have the ERS to also get it done. But Bad Boy though, is he going to take the lead of the race? They're both low on that ERS, but Bad Boy has the DRS advantage. He's going to be gaining on the Alpine. He's going to go down the inside, and Bad Boy is going to take the lead of the race. Unless the Alpine has anything to say about it, he doesn't have the grip, he doesn't have the traction, and he can't go around the outside. And Jolly now will be the pit stop for Destroyer Drag, as Lynx Peace also got ahead of Hazer on that DRS straight, and they are now going to pull away for the last 10 laps of this race. Merck staying out on those hard tires. Black Panther doing well now, gaining on the drivers in front. Good racing from Black Panther here, showing tremendous pace as Hazer and Destroyer Drag now have come into the pits for those soft tires. And we'll see how this works out for them as Mr. P and Black Panther in the Ferrari have gotten ahead of their competitors. But we'll see how that comes with 10 laps to go. UFRL Viva, will he stay out on these soft tires to the end? As Destroyer Drag now is going to be putting pressure on him. GTV, yours sincerely, also putting pressure on Destroyer Drag on those medium tires. Surely he can't go to the end. And we'll see how that works out. Hazer on soft tires, putting pressure on the Red Bull. He's going to have that DRS after just coming out of the pits. His tires are cold, but he doesn't care. He's going to use his ERS, and he's going to be gaining on the Red Bull. He knows he has enough ERS to attack the blinking Red Bull in front. He's going to be gaining as the wheels turn around, and he's going to be on the inside. The Williams is going to take that place from TTVO sincerely. His next target is going to be Destroyer Drag in front, and he also uses the ERS advantage to get the lead, but it's a safety car. That's a safety car. And Destroyer Drag and Hazer, who decided to go into the pits on this lap, can't stay out. This will make their strategy work even better because their tires won't be ailing at the end, as Bad Boy, Lynx Peace, Merck right here decided to stay out on those hard tires, taking advantage of the strategy call, and is now in P3. The man who started in last on the ground in the Grand Prix is now in P3 with good strategy calls from him. But the question is, with Black Panther coming into the pit, surely Ferraris are double stacking again, but this time Black Panther did pull away before Mr. P got there, as Destroyer Drag and Hazer are going to get past. Are they going to take the lead of the race though? That's the question. No, they're not. Bad Boy is going to stay in the lead. Lynx Peace in P2. Merck is going to keep that P3. They're going to go side by side. They almost made contact, and they are racing even under the safety car, as Destroyer Drag has to keep that P4 for now. Merck on fresh soft tires in P3. This strategy has worked out to perfection for UFRL Merck in that Aston Martin, as his other counterparts who decided to go into the pits for the hard tires. The strategy didn't work out as good for him, but it is racing. That's what it's about. But it's going to be about, let's say, 6 laps of racing when the pack does bunch up, because we're going to wait for Angry Badger, who is going to be the last driver to bunch up, and he's going to the pits now. As Coffee in chat says, I'm sorry I haven't raced past 2 days. New house. No problem, but just take your time. Good time. We'd love you to have you back when you're ready to go back racing. As the Alfa Romeo of Angry Badger is switching his wing, it looks like he did get damage, either under the safety car or in the race. So it's going to change his wing now. That's going to slightly be an advantage for him. As Merck, good job from the Aston Martin. Can he get the win? The win that he's been looking for today, because Bad Boy has that penalty, 3-second penalty. So Merck just has to make sure that he keeps 3 seconds behind Bad Boy to beat him. But he does have the other challenge of Link's piece on the medium tires. With 9 laps to go, they know it's not really 9 laps to go because they're going to be on the safety car for a few laps now. If I'm guessing, maybe we'll be coming in lap. It's 20. We're starting lap 21 now. 22. 22. We're racing again, so we'll have like 7 laps of racing, of real racing, and we'll see if the soft tire call from Merck is going to be the call, or the mediums. They be able to come clutch at the end, the last few laps for Bad Boy and Link's piece, who currently lead this race. It's been a good race so far. For Angry Badger now, he's going to be the last one, so he's going to be the one to join the pack. McLaren is going to the pit. Speedy Bullets deciding to go for fresh tires. He's on those 1 lap old softs. Going for softs again. It's going to be fresh mediums. Interesting call from Speedy Bullets. It's going to be soft, fresh mediums for Speedy. We'll see how that works out for the McLaren. Currently sitting in P14 and wouldn't be getting overtaken by Angry Badger, who is just coming out of the final corner. But Bad Boy and Link's piece in front. Bad Boy, it's going side by side with the safety car. But you're not racing the safety car, bro. Take it easy. Oh! I just returned from doing something and I see Angry Badger going for a spin. Not the day Angry Badger would have been hoping for. Not today whatsoever. As he goes for a spin, he should be able to catch the pack before they get to sector 3 though. Surely the pack is going real slow through 13, 14, 15 and 16. So the safety car should be coming in on this lap. He should have caught the pack right now, but he spun. Oh, it's a little bit squirrely there from him, as his tires are hot for sure after going for that spin. But safety car should be coming into the pit this lap. He has joined the pack. We'll see what the safety car decides to do. Sometimes in Miami goes in as late as possible. Sometimes even after this corner it will still go in. But see, here we go. It does go in. After the penultimate corner, it does decide to go in. Hopefully no contact at the back. Hopefully the drivers were ready for that. As Link's, when is Bad Boy going to go is the question. He knows he has Link's pace, putting pressure on him behind. He has to make sure the restart is done right, and it is done right. And Link's pace is not going to have the advantage to get ahead of him. Here we go now as they are fighting at the back, as the Williams is going to be attacking Destroyer Drag, putting himself in P4. Beautiful move from Hazer, as Merck now keeping that P3. Black Panther also getting ahead of Destroyer Drag, putting Destroyer Drag now dropping down to P6. Black Panther on those medium tires. We see how that works out for him, as Merck on the soft tires is going to be putting pressure on Link's piece in front. Mr. Perm in P7 is gonna have the slipstream, and he's going to use that DRS. He's going to be gaining on Destroyer Drag, but does he have enough straight line speed to get the move done without that DRS? Nope. He's using the ERS though, Destroyer Drag, to defend from the Ferrari, but the Williams in front going for it on the Aston Martin. Side by side they go, wheel to wheel. An unbelievable move from Hazer, who puts himself into P3 going into turn 12, as Hazer now is in P3, and his next target is going to be Link's pace in front, squabbling at the back. As Destroyer Drag is losing more places down to P10. Not a good restart from Destroyer Drag whatsoever. Yours sincerely, Krizam, Viva, all getting ahead of him, as Mr. Poem now attacking Viva, attacking Mr. Poem. Anything ahead of him? No, as Black Panther was going at Aston Martin. Oh, Mark now has dropped down to P5. Black Panther getting ahead of him, almost losing the back end there, as the Aston Martin now putting pressure on him. Can he get get the place back. Nope, he's going to have to hold it back. Black Panther's next target is going to be Hazer, who's not going to have that DRS when the DRS is going to be enabled. At the end of this lap, he's 1.5 seconds behind Leaks in front, who knows that he just has to keep close to Bad Boy to get his second win here in the InterTier links. He's done a good job in this race, and Bad Boy's penalty that he got is going to be ailing his race as we speak. As 3/10 now, Black Panther also has a penalty, and that is not going to be good for the Ferrari now, who has to attack Hazer, going around the outside. Side by side they go. Does he have the straight line speed to get ahead of Hazer? Yes, he does, but Hazer going down the inside. Oh my god, wheel to wheel they go, almost making contact. But beautiful racing from these two, as Hazer is going to stay in P4. No DRS has been enabled yet, but they are going for it, as DRS is going to be enabled at the end of this lap. It looks like it's a six car battle for P3, as Black Panther now is going to be way under pressure, as Lynx Priest is also putting pressure on Bad Boy, who will be trying to pull away. He just needs to make sure that he gets other DRS from Lynx Priest to try and pull away from him to get the 3-second buffer, as a little bit of a lockup from Black Panther that is going to give Hazer that opportunity to get close to him. Hazer though under pressure from UFRL Merc, as DRS is enabled on this lap. UFRL Merc gaining on Hazer, but he's going to have to hold it back, not close enough to get that move done. 5 laps to go, as he almost goes into the back of the Williams. He does a good job to take avoiding action, not to make sure not to go take that Williams for a spin, as they are going on Hazer. 5/10 behind Black Panther is going to have that DRS. And can he get the move done? Can he get the move done as they go down to first DRS zone of the track? And here we go now. Hazer 8/10 behind. He's going to use it. He has the ERS at slightly ERS advantage on driver in front, but the driver has gone for a spin. It's Destroyer Drag. It is not good favors for Destroyer Drag at all in Miami, and Sansi has dropped down to P14 after starting in P5, I believe, after the safety car restart. And that is not what Destroyer Drag would want whatsoever, as they are squabbling. Stickman and Dog, they are still going at it. Dog trying to go around the outside, trying to keep his place. He is on those medium tires. He knows his tires are going to be getting better. The McLaren though is going to join this fight, as Speedy Bullet takes the opportunity and gets ahead of Stickman. His next target now is going to be Dog. He's going to have that DRS advantage, as Stickman, his Destroyer Track has gone into the wall, and that's a safety car. With a few laps to go, Destroyer Track, his race getting worse for him as he has gone into the wall, and that is going to be a loss of his wing too. It's going to be a safety car now. Did the driver decide to go in? Nope. Link stays out, Bad Boy stays out. Hazer, 5-second penalty for Black Panther speeding into the pit lane, and that surely is going to be the end of Black Panther's chances to get a podium here. Hazer staying out, Merck staying out, Mr. P, the other Ferrari, decided to stay out, as Black Panther decided to go into the pit. Might not have been the right call from him, because now he does have that penalty nomin on his head. But that is not what he will want whatsoever. With a few laps to go on the safety car, that 5-second penalty surely is going to be dropping him back a lot, as Lynx Priest has taken the lead of the race. It's going to be a few laps to the end. Can Lynx Priest keep that lead? Can he win his second race in the InterTier? He knows that Bad Boy has that penalty behind, so that's all he needs to do. He needs to make sure that he keeps in front, or he makes sure that he's not 3 seconds behind Bad Boy when the race does end. Merc though, good job for Merc. A few laps to go. What is the finishing order going to look like with the final, surely the final safety car of the race? And lots of drivers, 2 drivers decided to come in. Christie, Black Panther, Dog, Stickman and Destroyer Drag all have come into the pits on the safety car. We'll see if they can benefit on the last few laps with the grip that they will have against the drivers in front who decided not to pit. And the last driver we're waiting for now is Destroyer Drag. He will be joining the pack should join the pack before the end of this lap, so safety car should be coming in at the end of the next lap or this lap if he does join the pack quick enough. Safety car is almost on the penultimate corner, so Destroyer Drag hasn't joined the pack yet, so surely safety car will be going for one more round and will be restarting the race on lap 27, I believe. Lap 27. We're gonna have 3 laps of racing. 3 laps of racing to decide the winner. The sure that now has joined the pack. Any other driver deciding to go into the pits? Yup, the other Ferrari, well, actually the Ferrari of Black Panther has decided to go into the pits. And it's capitulation now for Black Panther, the driver who started in P2 in this race. A tier 2 driver, absolutely squabbling with the best of tier 1. Doing a good job, but those penalties that loomed on his head have dropped him now down to P14. Not what he would want, but we'll see if he can gain places on the final few last 3 laps of the race. But not a good ending for the Ferrari. Can the other Ferrari though of Mr. Perm come clutch for them? Yeah, that's very unlucky for me, Black Panther. That's very, very unlucky. It's just a mistake that can be avoided, but happens to the rest of us. Just head up, keep going. As Lynx knows that he has the win in his hands right now. He's on those medium tires, and those medium tires surely will be better than the softs behind. And Bad Boy does have that penalty, so it's going to be 2 wins from 3 for Lynx. Maybe the reason why he didn't even win the last race was because he didn't participate in the last race. He did come, but did get a disconnection and didn't return to the race, so his car did finish last or something. So he's coming back here for revenge. He wants his win now. We'll see if he can get it. Starting when he starts on the grid position, he's starting in P4 up to P1 right now. But Merck, the driver who made the most places, starting P16 all the way down up to P4, making 12 places, and surely will be the driver of the day if he does finish ahead of where he currently is, or where he is right now. We'll see what happens for Merck, as now the safety car is going to be coming to the pits this lap. And here we go. It's going to be 3 laps of racing to decide our finishing order. When is Lynx going to go? He's going to take his time. He doesn't want to lose the place to Bad Boy right at the restart. He wants to make sure Bad Boy does struggle to get that place from him, as they are really close. They're making a little bit of contact. Bad Boy with Lynx in front. Luckily, no penalty for them. But Lynx scores now, and Bad Boy is going to be under pressure from Hazer. Not a good restart for the Alfa Romeo. Can Hazer go down the inside? Nope, he's going to hold it back. He knows that he's going to have another opportunity later in the race, as Destroyer Drag makes the move on Stickman. Black Panther also taking the opportunity to make the move on Stickman and trying to also go around the outside with a switchback as he goes into the wall. And that is surely going to be the end of Black Panther's race. And it's just capitulation at the end for the Ferrari of a brilliant race that he was having. Very lucky for him, as the Alfa Romeo also almost goes for a spin. Bad Boy Days are now going to take the opportunity with the ERS. It's going to be gaining on that Alpha. It's going to be side by side. Can he have enough? Does he have enough? Bad Boy using that ERS to defend from Hazer. Hazer going to go down the inside. Side by side they go. Bad Boy is going to give him a little bit of space, but Bad Boy is going to keep that P2. Hazer still fighting it hard on the soft tires as he makes contact with Bad Boy. Not what we want to see whatsoever. Hazer makes contact with Bad Boy. Mr. P with a 3-second penalty. He had to take avoiding action there after the incident in front, as Mr. P now and Merck have taken this opportunity. They have now put themselves in P2 and P3, and surely Lynx will be your winner here today, as Hazer makes contact with Bad Boy. Is going to drop him to the back, as Viva now has gotten ahead of Hazer. Unfortunate incident between those two as they squabbled for P2. And here we go now, Speedy Bullet making contact with Bad Boy again, and Bad Boy wouldn't want to be going for a spin again with the McLaren now, but here we go, wheel to wheel they go. Bad Boy still trying to fight, he's still trying to keep that top 10. He has that penalty, and Bad Boy and Black Panther, the 2 drivers who we're looking like we're going to be your winners today, their races have actually come to an end with incidents between them. Mistakes and contact have dropped them to the back. Unfortunate end for those 2, as Black Panther now has retired from the race, as Hazer now 210 behind Viva. But the stewards will be looking at that incident and see how that works out. Surely that was not a corner, should be going side by side. But on the final lap of this race, the 2 drivers who were squabbling last season for the championship, UFRL Merck and UFRL Mr. P, are gonna go for that P2. Mr. P probably is gonna appeal the penalty. They're giving the 3 seconds. Maybe it was just him going for 3 seconds, or maybe it was the incident in front that caused it. But we'll see how that works out. But here we go, that Mr. P is going to have the DRS and Merck on the last lap when it's enabled, because DRS is going to be enabled on the last lap. 10-second penalty for Destroyer Jack as he's corner cutting, and surely that will be the end of his race, as he will surely be retiring, as Hazer has gotten ahead of Viva on the inside. Viva trying to fight around the outside, but there's nothing he can do. Hazer has gotten in place into P4 now. DRS enabled on the final lap, and here we go now. Merck and Mr. P, P1 and P2 in the championship last season. Currently P2 and P3 fighting for the best of the rest after the winner. And here we go now. 3-second penalty for Destroyer Jack again. And surely we should be coming into the pits, because he will be finishing last whatsoever. There might not be a need to finish. Okay, points. You always need points. Very important. It's always good to finish every race, but points matter in this league. Every position gets points. It's very difficult to claw back points when you've lost a lot, especially when you lost the whole Grand Prix full of points. But Mr. P using that DRS and DRS, does he have enough to gain or mark in front to get that move done? It looks like he's not going to be close enough to make the move. With a few corners to go in this race, but he's going to have one more opportunity. Going to the penultimate corner of the race, Christie though, and they're squabbling at the back. And here we go now. Christie contacts Krizam, and Christie and Dior sincerely squabbling at the back. Hopefully none of them go for a spin, as Christie locks up there, almost going into the back of Dior sincerely, who's putting pressure on Krizam on those 10-lap road tires. Dior sincerely on 9 laps on his own tires, as Viva is going to have that DRS on Hazer in front, who is trying to defend it, aggressively defending on the inside. Viva using that ERS, switching to the outside, trying to get the grip on the ideal racing line as he gets ahead of the Williams. Is he going to have that DRS advantage again going into turn 1, as the Ferrari of Mr. Poem is attacking Merck? Link's Piece has won the race as Merck in P2, Mr. P in P3, Viva in P4, Hazer in P5. I got a little bit confused there because someone walked into my room, but that Link's Piece is going to be your winner here. And it was a good fight right at the end before Hazer and Bad Boy's incident that will be looked at from the stewards. But driver of the day, surely UFRL Merck, coming from P16 all the way to P2. A great race from him, as Mr. P in P3 is going to happily take that position. We'll see if he appeals for the penalty, but the appeal wouldn't matter because he's still going to keep that P3. But Link's Piece is your winner here, as he celebrates a happy man. Here we go. As we know the champagne is going to taste the best in the Haas camp. Link's Piece wins in Ferrari. That's his second win of the season in 3 races. Great stuff from him, and he is putting up a championship fight to the end. Surely, with 22 rounds to go, can he keep up this momentum that he has to win the championship in the InterTier? As you're finishing, I'm going to get the race director, because usually incidents, people need it for incidents. You know, if you want to appeal, if you want to send in reports, you're going to need, proof of your penalties. But there you go, the finishing order. Link's Piece wins the race with Merck in P2, P3. Viva is going to take P4, Hazer in P5, Justin Shed is going to come in P6, Christy in P7, Kizam in P8, Dog in P9. Speedy Bullet is going to round up your top 10 with Stickman in P11, Bad Boy, Destroyer Jack, and Panther rounding up the grid. Angry Badger, Prez, and Danny Dane DNFing in the race. Oh yeah, before we go, who are we going to raid now? Who are we going to raid? Oh, Clash of Creators. That's a good page to raid. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up and watching the race. It was kind of an exciting race. Not too exciting, but alright for Miami. I mean, it's a track that can sometimes give you spectacular races, but sometimes can give you affairs like that. Not bad whatsoever though. Just gonna go for the raid now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna Victory Lab TV. Victory Lab TV. I've been Willie Fernandez. We have been UFRL. Goodbye. J Francis on race control. Gotta remember that. Goodbye.